I've been interested in UFOs all my life. My father was interested in UFOs. I found books in my at home when I was around 10 years old. The first one, the book of George Adamski, UFOs Have Landed. It really kicked me or triggered my fantasies and my interests. I was very intrigued, and I've been ever since. Which then ended in doing this film where we interviewed like 50 or 60 people around the globe who were either researchers into the UFO field or who were experiencers, who had different types of experiences with UFO sightings or even being abducted by UFOs. I mean, it's a universe of information, and.
What was the red thread? What did you find? What was your conclusion after doing 50, 60 interviews about this?
Well, my conclusion was that this is absolutely a real phenomenon. I still can't say who they are, where they come from, what their agenda is. Are they benevolent? Are they malevolent? Or
there might be several.
There might be several, but I mean, according to people that that I trust, that I've because I mean, I have to say, when I talked to Edgar Mitchell, the NASA astronaut, and told him that I was making a film on UFOs, the global UFO situation, he said, "Good luck. It's a very interesting topic. I've been very interested in myself all my life, but you have to keep one thing in mind: you are stepping into a minefield." That's what he says. And I said, okay, but I'll try anyway. But during on the
going down the rabbit hole,
I really discovered that it was a minefield. So some of the interviews that we did, we have just put them or had to archive. Well,
they're on the hard disk forever.
Them on the hard disk, yes, because there are many people who are wannabes because. If you say that you have been abducted by a UFO, you gain a lot of attraction, especially and you get invited to conferences. You can join podcasts. You get a lot of fan mail, etc. Suddenly, you're an interesting person, and many people find that kind of attractive, you know. So it's very easy to fabulate, to read some UFO stuff, and then make your own story, and become very attractive to people who want to listen. So there are some of them, but I would say most people that we were in touch with, especially within the topic of UFO abductions, they were in the first place very reluctant to say anything at all, because these things had been so traumatic for them in their lives that they really did not want to talk about it, and just to come out or talking to media would put them in a situation that they were not very comfortable with. And like when I talked to Robert, come on. One of the big researchers, I've talked to Bud Hopkins and David Jacobs. That's the guy. David Jacobs has done a lot of research and hypnosis on people who have had these experiences, and he says that I am a professor at the university in Philadelphia. Temple University, Philadelphia, and I have even done a class. I'm the only person that I know of that had actually done a class on the UFO topic at the university. So it was a very popular class, but my peers or the administration at the university, they really didn't like it. So here I am doing research on a topic where my leaders at my workplace don't like it. I can't talk to the neighbors about it. My wife doesn't like it. She can't talk to her friends about it. my kids can't talk to their schoolmates about it, but still their father is obsessed with us, with this. So, and that's kind of the situation within the UFO field. People who see things that are out of this world are very afraid of telling it, because they will be laughed at or looked at as, do they have a diagnosis? Are they lunatics? So this has kind of kept a lid over the whole of the whole situation for a very long time. But now things are starting to happen, because there are, of course, especially after the Second World War, there's been thousands upon thousands of sightings and reports of people being abducted and people meeting these different beings. Some people say that there are at least 70 or 80 or 100 different beings that contact us on a regular basis. Of course, they have technology. Maybe they are like some thousands or even billion or million years ahead of us in technology, so they can dematerialize. They can just pop into our reality as like out of nowhere. They can do stuff and they can vanish like into become invisible just like that. And the thing is that because it has been so difficult to study this phenomenon and to find out actually what it is, there has been kept a lid on it also from the different authorities around the world, because as long as we don't know what it is, we don't know where they come from, we don't know what type of agendas, etc. It's very difficult for some president or authority to come forward to the public and say, we know that we are visited, but we don't know what it is. Our military can't do anything about it, and but just as you know, just to tell you. There's something going on, but we don't know if it's dangerous or not. But anyway, I think it was last year that there was a Congress hearing in the United States where both the American Pentagon, the American NASA, and the Congress, they made a claim that UFOs, or they call it UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena, it's a real phenomenon, because it has been recorded by jet fighter pilots on radar, on film, visual sightings, and now we cannot keep this closed or in secret anymore. Whistleblowers have come forth, pilots have come forth. We have to accept that this is a reality that we have to investigate, because it might be some type of threat. We don't know. So they actually concluded that it is a real phenomenon. And what has happened now, just a couple of weeks ago, is that one of the main researchers into this field from the American authorities has come forth. I think his name is David Grush, or no, not Grunch, but Grush or something. I can't remember it. He has confirmed that the American authorities have in their possession many UFOs,
crafts,
many extraterrestrial or interdimensional crafts that have crashed or been left behind on Earth, and that they have for many, many years been back engineering these craft, try to figure out what type of propulsion systems they have, what type of materials they're made of, what type of technology, and this and that. And of course,
it might be possible that we're using alien technology already without knowing it.
Yeah, well, this famous crash in Roswell in July 1947, where they allegedly managed to capture a downed craft. And what the story says is that the craft, when they removed it from the crash site, and of course they said it was a weather balloon, the military version, but there was people who saw it before the military came there, and that's why the Roswell newspaper had a big, front page saying that a flying saucer has crashed in Roswell, New Mexico. The day after, they said, it was
Weather balloon.
Weather balloon. Yeah. But anyway, that's a long story for itself. But anyway, after that crash, people who have come forward, who were part of the crash retrieval people, say that parts of this UFO were sent to different laboratories in the US to try to find out what type of materials it was made of. The laboratories themselves didn't know that it came from a UFO. They just got a piece of material and they said, find out what this is. Well, the strange thing was that 3 months later, the Bell Laboratories managed to produce the first transistor. They had been working with the idea of making a transistor for a long time, but they hadn't found the right combination of rare materials. But 3 months after they received this material from that UFO, suddenly the first transistor appeared. And also things like fiber optics is also said to be a technology that comes from one of these UFOs, and a lot of other, and also the propulsion systems, which they believe are based on the ability to control gravity, have of course also been back engineered. And there's a saying that this propulsion technique or the ability to control gravity has been well known within the inner circles in the American military system for a very long time. But this knowledge itself is so explosive. I mean, it's way beyond the atomic bomb if you use these types of forces. So we humans have not developed socially or intellectually to a point where we actually are able to use this type of technology without damaging ourselves. I mean, as long as I just read in the paper today about Microsoft, the biggest computer producer in the world, their systems have just now been hacked by someone who they don't know is. So there are people out there all the time who want to destroy things, who have bad intentions. And if they got their hands on this type of technology, it would be devastating. So that's one of the reasons why it's kept a lid on, to my belief. But there are, of course, many other reasons as well. But the point is that the fact that we are visited by someone from other star systems or galaxies, or even from other types of dimensions, the fact, what that tells us is that our limited view on reality has to open up to a much brighter perspective, because these things are real. We have to accept that, and we cannot just kind of stick our heads into the sand anymore.
To watch the full video, click the link below, and I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel.
Resto maliata falia.